My first time doing acid was at your house, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put it to you like that. It was. I remember I was sitting there. I was like, I don't feel nothing yet. I don't feel nothing yet. I was
yeah, I
such a
know,
straight laced guy. You know what I'm saying?
I
I was a
know.
stickler about a lot of stuff. So even just for me doing that at the time was kind of it wasn't out of the order. Well, no, it was out of the ordinary. My first time doing acid was at your house, man. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put it to you like that. It was at your house, man. And
right.
dude, and you know me growing up, bro. You know I was such a straight laced guy. You know, I was
Yeah, I
such a
know,
straight laced guy. You know what I'm saying?
I
I was a
know.
stickler about a lot of stuff. So even just for me doing that at the time was kind of it wasn't out of the order. Well, no, it was out of the ordinary. It was out of the
Yeah,
ordinary, but we we,
I would
we,
say it
we
was.
it definitely was, man. And
Yeah, yeah,
and when I took it, I'm not gonna lie, I had a good time, man. It was a crazy trip, man. It was a
yeah.
crazy trip. I remember you were talking about the tracers, bro. The tracers were gonna be crazy, man. And I was
Right,
like,
right.
man, I remember, y'all tripping, I don't feel nothing yet. And then I'm sitting
Yeah.
there, bro. We playing Call of Duty. All of a sudden, the damn shots started getting louder and louder. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, yo, I was like, yo, somebody beating at the door. Like, what the fuck? It
The
was
sounds start
crazy.
getting real distinct, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. And then I'm looking at the walls. The walls are all waving. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo,
right.
what
Yeah,
the? I was like, what the hell, man? This
yeah.
is crazy, man. I don't know if you remember that time. Do you remember that time?
I do, I do. That was right around the time, and I think it's funny that you bring up the fact that you were like kind of like waiting for it and like wondering like where's it at? It hadn't hit yet because it was kind of the same situation with the weed.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
when you first started smoking, well, I couldn't smoke at the time. Like I said, just
Yeah.
not full disclosure. I'm not going to bring any details into this situation, but I was in and out of jail at that time. I was going through like probation stuff, so I couldn't smoke. I was on probation. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But I remember you and Michael smoking, like, you know what I'm saying, like in the room and stuff. And I remember that was the same situation. It was a similar scenario where you were like, I can't feel it. What are you talking about? I'm in the you was ripping the bong, everything, bro.
Dude, I remember that, bro. Dude, it just
And
was
I'm just like,
hitting.
yo, what?
I don't
I'm like,
know.
yo, if only.
I don't know what
Because
it
I don't
was.
know.
I don't think I smoked a lot, bro. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I didn't
Well,
feel anything that day, bro.
I feel like everybody's body is different. So you know what I'm saying? And then I'm not gonna lie, for me, I know for me, I don't think it was the same for you because like I said, you was ripping bongs, you was really inhaling that stuff. For me, when I first times I started like wanting to smoke, I'd smoke, but I wasn't getting the full effect, or I wasn't getting the effect at all because I wasn't inhaling it properly. And I
I
remember the
think that's
first
might
time
have
I
what
did.
it. I think that's what it was. I think I wasn't hitting the bong right, bro. Cause yeah,
Maybe
dude,
it
I
could have
did the
been.
first time I actually smoked was with you guys. I wasn't hitting the bong right, bro. I don't think I was hitting the bong right. I
It's a
was.
strong possibility, but I just don't see it because that was a little pack a puncher, man. That little, speaking of Call of Duty, that was a little pack a puncher, man. I'm wondering how that wasn't affected, but at the same time with the acid, it's everybody's body's different. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes
Mm.
some people it takes 30 minutes, some people it takes 10 minutes for you to start really like actually even feeling anything. Also, I guess it probably just depends on like tolerance or whether or not you're used to it or not. You know what I'm saying? We already
Hmm.
knew what to look for. You know what I'm saying? We already knew kind of like when we knew it was about to fall into a heavy trip. We knew,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But guys like me, I always took enough to try and. I mean. always took enough. Always took enough to try and scare the shit out of myself, bro.
Man, that's
I
crazy, bro.
mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I was like, at first it was like one hit when me and Michael took our first hits. It was just one, you know what I'm saying? It was some pretty weak
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
And I forget the chemical terms from back then.
Man, you
Uh,
used to be hitting them
but
boys off, bro. You used to be like, this is
no,
this and
but
this and this and this and this and this
like,
and
it
this
was
is
like
that with the this and the that. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about,
the one, the one thing I remember is that we always got the blotters, which is the paper, you
man?
know,
Tabs.
sheets. Yeah, the paper
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
tablets.
yeah, yeah.
And the one thing I do remember is I think it was 25I was one of the I guess chemical. I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm no scientist. You know. I'm no chemi.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
no
yeah,
chemical
yeah,
chemist.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm not Walter White over here. But
yeah.
but yeah, we were getting into like just kind of understanding what we were getting, you know. And then when we got the first batch of like pure LSD was when that was when the party was actually on, because it took you like two hits and you were
Yeah.
in outer space, bro.
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
it
yeah,
15,
yeah,
20 minutes, you were in outer space. Yeah, for sure. So that was probably around the time we were, dosing to the point where you were kind of like, you'd go and like kind of hang out and listen to like Foo Fighters and
yeah.
Nirvana and stuff like
Dude.
that. Yeah. That was your go-to, man. When
Yes,
it when it
sir, man.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
that's
bro.
one thing I do remember about Pierre. Getting a little dose in was that he'd definitely find a pocket somewhere cool he could chill, and then just be like,
Hit the
I'm talking
music, bro.
headphones in.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
dude,
sir,
I do
bro.
remember that. I do remember that.
I remember specifically that night when you talk about the music thing, because I did duck off and go listen to some music, and I remember you guys telling me not to go and look in the mirror for some reason. I remember when we very first started tripping that night. You were like, "Yeah, don't go look in the mirror, man. Don't go look in the mirror." And I'm like,
Right.
why? Why not go look in the mirror? He's like, man, just don't do it, bro. Just don't do it. And I'm like, okay, man. And so then I remember, bro, I put in my earbuds, bro, and I went to go listen to some Zeppelin, bro. Dude, I was listening to some Zeppelin in there. And dude, I was zoned the fuck out, dude. Oh my god. When I tell you it felt like I was at a Led Zeppelin concert, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah, heck
It
yeah,
was
dude. Heck
nuts,
yeah.
man. It was crazy, bro. I was in there. I was in the motherfucking mirror, bro, feeling like I'm John Bonham, bro, playing the drums, bro. That shit was crazy, dog. That was
Yeah,
nuts,
dude.
man.
Yeah, dude. I
So
mean,
yeah,
I mean,
bro.
there's something about, and obviously listening to music, and especially listening to music from such a time, dude. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, I you could only imagine listening to like Pink Floyd,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that was real fun to listen to, just because sounds, man, you could be in
Dude.
silence. You could be in silence and you're still hearing like,
Yes. The
yeah,
sound.
maybe it's your thoughts. Yeah, maybe it's your thoughts, but I remember it just being at one point I was watching Half Baked, and it was just kind of like not even playing like to where the volume was up because people were sleeping. It was a small house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing it, but I just like I could see their mouths moving. I could barely hear the sound, but it was like your brain takes on like such a just takes you on such a crazy adventure, to where it sounds like, even in silence, it kind of sounds like you're in a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
No, no, no. I
Uh,
know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like you
yeah,
can
yeah,
hear the silence. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It just, dude, the
You
silence is
can hear the
loud.
silence. I know what you mean.
I'm like almost there right now, just like kind of like just like thinking about it, talking about it.
Yeah.
It almost feels like your body wants to take on that experience again. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
without
yeah,
even
yeah,
without even having a dose. It's crazy. That's